The ticket system crashed at 6 in the morning. Not because of a technical glitch, not because of a cyber attack, but because of a 21-year-old from the Philippines who hadn't even stepped onto the court yet. Tournament director Bob Moran has seen it all. He has watched Roger Federer glide across center court. He has witnessed Rafael Nadal's relentless warrior spirit. He has stood in awe of Serena Williams' dominance. He has managed ticket sales for decades. He thought nothing could surprise him anymore. He was wrong. The Cincinnati Open, a prestigious WTA 1000 event that has hosted the greatest names in tennis history, has never seen anything like this. Ticket sales went berserk before the main draw even began. A first round by meant Eala wouldn't play until the weekend. And still, the demand was unprecedented. Fans from across North America and the Philippines were scrambling for seats. The organizers had to scramble for solutions. This is not just a tennis match. This is a phenomenon. This is Alexandra Eala's Cincinnati Open. And nobody, absolutely nobody, expected this. The Lindner Family Tennis Center in Mason, Ohio, has hosted the Cincinnati Open for decades. It has seen legends like Federer, Nadal, and Serena Williams grace its courts. It has witnessed epic battles, shocking upsets, and historic victories. But never in its history, has it seen a ticket rush quite like this. The alarm bells started ringing at dawn. Around 6 in the morning, the ticketing system crashed under the weight of unprecedented demand. Fans from across North America and the Philippines had camped online, waiting for the moment tickets went on sale. The organizers were caught completely off guard. They had prepared for strong demand, of course. Alexandra Eala had become a global phenomenon. Her victory at the Mubadala DC Open, where she defeated world number 3 Jessica Pegula in the final, had cemented her status as one of the most exciting players on tour. Her ranking had soared to a career-high world number 20. Her matches were drawing record crowds. But this was something else entirely. Tournament director Bob Moran, a veteran who has managed ticket sales for decades, was genuinely shocked. He had seen the biggest names in tennis history. He had managed demand for Grand Slam events. He knew what to expect. But this was unprecedented. The ticket rush was so intense that organizers were forced to find a quick solution before 9 in the morning. They had to reconfigure seating arrangements. They had to open additional sections. They had to bring in extra staff to handle the overwhelming demand. And all of this for a player who hadn't even played a single point in Cincinnati yet. A player who had received a first-round bye because she was seeded 17th in the tournament. A player who wouldn't step onto the court until the weekend. The message was clear. Alexandra Eala was not just a tennis player anymore. She was a movement, a phenomenon, a force that was reshaping the sport. The demand for Eala's matches has been building for months. It started in Washington, D.C., where she captured her first WTA 500 title at the Mubadala DC Open. The Filipino community in the U.S. capital turned out in full force. The stadium was packed. The energy was electric. The victory was historic. But that was just the beginning. Then came the Canadian Open in Toronto. Tournament organizers were stunned by the ticket demand. They had to move Eala's matches to center court to accommodate the crowds. The stadium was filled with flag-waving Filipino fans. Players like Coco Gauff and Naomi Osaka noticed. "I like that Alex brings a whole new demographic to the WTA Tour," Gauff said. She had experienced the phenomenon firsthand. In Dubai, Gauff faced Eala in front of a packed stadium. After the match, Gauff admitted, "I know you were mostly supporting Alex. But I have to say, it is great to be on a crowded court. I've played this tournament for many years. And to see the stadium full, it means a lot." The phenomenon has deep roots. The Philippines, with its massive diaspora, has found its tennis champion. Where Eala plays, flags appear. Where Eala competes, communities form. The organizers of the Mubadala DC Open and the National Bank Open admitted they had never experienced a sellout like this before. So why is Cincinnati different? Why has the ticket rush in Ohio been even more intense than anything the organizers have seen before? The answer lies in the magnitude of the event. The Cincinnati Open is a WTA 1000 event, one of the most prestigious tournaments on the tour. The field is stacked with the world's best players: Aryna Sabalenka, Iga Swiatek, Coco Gauff, Elena Rybakina, and Naomi Osaka. Eala is seeded 17th, a career high for her at this level. The stakes are high. The competition is fierce. and fans from across North America have converged on Cincinnati, hoping to witness history. The ticket rush is not just about watching a tennis match. It's about being part of a moment that will be remembered for years to come. A moment when the tennis world finally realized that Alexandra Eala is not a flash in the pan. She is the future of the sport. To understand why the ticket rush is so intense, you need to understand what Alexandra Eala has accomplished in the past few weeks. It has been a whirlwind of victories and milestones that have left the tennis world in awe. She arrived at the Mubadala DC Open as a talented player, but not necessarily the favorite. She was the number 29 seed at Wimbledon earlier this year, the first Filipino player to ever be seeded in a Grand Slam main draw. She had produced a stunning run at the All England Club, reaching the fourth round for the first time in her career. But Washington was different. It was a WTA 500 event, a level below the Grand Slams, but still a significant challenge. The field was stacked. The competition was fierce, and Eala was unseeded. She didn't let that stop her. She defeated top players one by one. She demolished Zheng Qinwen in a come-from-behind victory that showcased her mental toughness. She reached the final against Jessica Pegula, the world number 3 and the top seed. The match was a battle. Eala dropped the first set 4-6. She could have crumbled. She could have given up. Instead, she dug deep. She fought harder. She won the second set 6-4. The third set was a demolition. Eala won at 6-0. It was her first WTA Tour title. It was history. She became the first Filipino and the first Southeast Asian to win a WTA Tour-level singles title. The victory propelled her to a career-high ranking of world number 20. Suddenly, she was no longer just a promising talent. She was a legitimate force on the WTA Tour. Then came the Canadian Open in Toronto. Eala was seeded 25th in the tournament. She received a first-round bye and entered the tournament in the second round. She faced Alicia Parks, the American who had beaten her at the Australian Open earlier in the year. The match was revenge. Eala dismantled Parks 6-1 in the first set. She stumbled in the second set, losing 4-6. But she didn't break. She stormed back in the third set, winning 6-2. The victory extended her winning streak to 7 matches, the longest of her career. She then defeated Katie McNally in a grueling 3-set battle to reach the fourth round. Her run ended against Belinda Bencic, a former Olympic champion who blanked her 6-0 in the second set. But the damage was done. Eala had proven that she could compete with the world's best. She had proven that her Washington victory was not a fluke. She had proven that she belonged on the big stage. For tournament director Bob Moran, the ticket rush was a revelation. He has managed the Cincinnati Open for years. He has seen the sport evolve. He has witnessed the rise and fall of countless players. But he has never seen anything like this. The Cincinnati Open has hosted the greatest names in tennis history. Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, Serena Williams, Novak Djokovic. The list goes on. And yet, none of them, not even the sport's biggest legends, generated this kind of ticket rush. So what makes Alex Eala different? What makes her so special that fans are willing to camp online for hours just for the chance to see her play? The answer lies in her story. Eala is not just a tennis player. She is a symbol of hope for an entire nation. The Philippines is a country with no tennis history. It has produced boxing legends and basketball stars, but tennis champions? That was always the domain of other nations. The United States, Russia, Serbia, Switzerland, Spain, Australia, never the Philippines. And then came Alex Eala. She left her home at the age of 13 to train at the Rafa Nadal Academy in Spain. She sacrificed everything for her dream. She endured countless setbacks. She was fined $50,000 by the WTA for playing in a tournament she was advised to withdraw from. She was snubbed from the Eastbourne Open, despite reaching the final the previous year. She was overlooked for elite player development camps. None of it stopped her. She kept fighting. She kept winning. She kept proving them wrong. Now, she is the biggest draw in women's tennis. Steve Johnson, former top 20 player, said she is the biggest draw in women's tennis right now. Bigger than Coco Gauff, bigger than Aryna Sabalenka. Sam Querrey agreed, calling her the biggest star in the world on the women's side at the moment. Bob Moran, the season tournament director, was shocked. But after seeing the ticket rush, he understood. This was not just about tennis. This was about a nation rallying behind its champion. This was about a diaspora connecting with its roots. This was about a young woman who had overcome impossible odds to achieve the impossible, and everyone wanted to be part of it. The stage is set for something special. Alexandra Eala is the 17th seed at the Cincinnati Open, a career-high seeding for her in a WTA 1000 event. She has received a first-round bye and will begin her campaign in the second round. Her opponent will be determined in the first-round matches. But the ticket rush has already made history. It has proven that Eala's popularity is not a fleeting phenomenon. It is not just about a single victory or a single tournament. It is about a movement that is sweeping the tennis world. The Cincinnati Open is a crucial event in Eala's preparation for the U.S. Open, the year's final Grand Slam. She will be defending second-round points at Flushing Meadows. A deep run in Cincinnati could push her even higher in the rankings. She is already sitting at world number 20, with her sights set on the top 10. But more than that, Cincinnati is a statement. It is a declaration that Alexandra Eala is here to stay. The ticket rush has sent a message to the tennis establishment. A message that the fans are demanding more. A message that the sport needs to embrace its new superstar. A message that the Philippines has arrived on the global tennis stage. Coco Gauff said it best. I like that Alex brings a whole new demographic to the WTA Tour. That demographic is now filling stadiums and crashing ticketing systems. It is reshaping the economics of the sport. It is proving that tennis has a bright future. And it is all because of one young woman from the Philippines. The Cincinnati Open will be a spectacle. The crowds will be enormous. The energy will be electric. The drama will be intense. And at the center of it all will be Alexandra Eala, the 21-year-old from Quezon City who defied every expectation. The player who was told to quit. The champion who kept climbing. The superstar who nobody expected. From the cracked courts of Quezon City to the hallowed grounds of Wimbledon, she has come so far. But as she said, I have still farther to go. And she is going to take the tennis world with her. Alexandra Eala has arrived. And she's not going anywhere. Channel, RallyVerse.